Hey everybody, welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. I'm doing this kind of in response to something. This is not your normal video. We have a situation. We do. A lot of people have asked me how I felt, or just asked in general in forums and groups and things, how people feel about the Frontier format. Now, it's no surprise, all of y'all know that I am an EDH person, but I took the liberty of doing some things that maybe hadn't a lot of people thought about. I run some gather searches, and here are the numbers that I have found. Now, in Gatherer, you can search for what I call the formats that are actually sanctionable. Vintage, Legacy, Modern, Standard, EDH. Those are, you can search for in Gatherer. Now, if you'll notice, I have asterisks beside Pauper and Tiny Leaders. That's simply because you cannot search Gatherer for the Pauper format. So that is 6,200 cards that have been printed at Common, not counting, of course, the banned list. The same thing with Tiny Leaders, because you can't search for it. You just have to search for converted mana cost equal to or less than 3. Anyway, I figured this was some hardcore numbers that a lot of people just didn't think about searching for. This is the number of cards that exist in every format. And as we see here, the Commander is the largest format, not only by 4 cards, but it is still. So let's talk about Frontier. It has almost twice the cards of Standard. It will continue to grow, just like Modern will continue, well, but Standard. Everything continues to grow. The more sets that they put out. But let me tell you something. Yes, I am for Frontier. When I opened up my very first pack of M15 and I saw that new border, I looked across the table to the guy that was sitting beside me and I said, yes, this is the next line. There's a reason why they're changing this. Now, granted, it may be a long time before we get to that point. However, I'm a Magic player. I have decks for just about every one of these. Just about. I don't have a Tiny Leaders deck, but I enjoy EDH more simply because I am a longer term player and I have more options in those 16,208 cards. Now, I was taught how to play Magic in a casual environment. We had, I think Morrow calls it casual constructed. It is the format, which is, it's one format is what we played. The format was cards I own. And most people start off that way, and that is fun. Magic is a game about discovery and thinking outside the box and not just copy, cut, and pasting the last Pro Tour deck. That is why I love EDH so much, is because it gives me 100 slots in which to be creative. That's why I play with random cards like Seed Time and Circles and random stuff. I love Magic. It is a fun game. I'm for any format that gets people playing the game. I have lived in places where I have been the only Magic player. I have lived in places where you've had to drive an hour to get to the local place to play. Even one town I lived in did not have a game shop. We had about 4 or 5 people that met up at the Pizza Hut. The more formats equals the more players. I would a lot rather somebody start playing Frontier than drop out of Magic altogether. Because if they're not happy with Modern, they're not happy with Standard, whatever the reasons are, I think Pauper is a great format. I think Frontier is here to stay. There are too many places in the world, and I'm not just talking about across the pond, there are too many places in the world that are running Frontier and having great turnouts, having better turnouts than Standard or Modern, either one. Now, if you all remember, the last time a the public decided to back a format, Wizards eventually sanctioned it, and that was called Elder Dragon Highlander, which they renamed to Commander. Any Magic is better than no Magic. I have taught many people how to play, and I am for it simply because if I love this game, and if there are no other players, then I cannot play this game. We all love Magic, obviously, or we wouldn't be watching this video. You wouldn't be following or subscribing. We love Magic, and I'm for anything that puts Magic cards in the hands of players. I'm for any way to play. The more formats, the more players. But I do think Frontier is here to stay, along with the rest of these. I would dare say that there's going to be more formats. I mean, I have played in some crazy formats that I have made up. We do Cube, we do Wizard's Tower. This is not even talking about, Arch Enemy, all kinds of things. Love the formats. Always looking for new ways to play. That's all I got for today. I appreciate y'all watching. I just wanted to throw my little 2 cents worth in about the Frontier thing. Appreciate you watching. Thank you.